Hello guys, welcome to this lesson. And in this lesson, we're going to be looking at headings, paragraphs, and lists. Now, remember I mentioned earlier that all of the content, everything that is going to be displayed inside of our web page is going to be inside of the body element, in between the opening and the closing body tags. So if I should come here and type, this is a text, okay, and let's save that. Now if I should come to preview inside of my web browser right here, we're going to see this text displayed. But if I should inspect right here, okay, we're going to see that this body is this particular text we put here is inside of this body tag, which seems to work. But no, because right here we are not making use of any tag right here, and the browser does not know specifically what type of content this is, okay, or how to structure it, or if it's going to take in a special kind of formatting. So this right here is a no, it is a bad practice. Now in HTML we have some tags which helps us with that, and the first one I actually want to introduce, or the first set I want to introduce you to, is the heading tags. Okay, so in HTML we can create various types of heading, and each of them have default formatting styles and their level of importance. Let me show you what I mean. So the first tag I want to show you is the h1 tag. Okay, so we have the h1 tag, and this is the opening tag, and this here is the closing tag. Okay, let me zoom that in a bit. Now inside of this I'm going to say this is heading 1. Okay, so let's save that and let's see what we have. Now if I should come back to my web browser, and okay, it refreshes, right here we can see, okay, this is heading 1, and if I should click on this, okay, we can see that it has this tag right here, and we can see, okay, it is right here, it has the opening and the closing tag. Okay, how about we move on and we try to create the remaining header levels. Now we have heading tags from level 1 to level 6. So I'm just going to hold down my shift alt and then my arrow key to duplicate. Okay, and then I'm going to hold on my alt and my alt also here, change this to 2. Okay, also we're going to do the same here. This is going to be 3, and here also we want it to be 3. Okay, and finally we're going to have h6 right here. So let's just change this to 2, and then 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so I'm going to save that, and we're going to come back to our web browser. Let's see what we have. Okay, we can see we have heading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and one quick thing we can say is that each of one of these heading levels actually has different font size by default. So this tells us that, okay, the most important one right here is heading 1, and this is very useful in case of something such as SEO, when the web crawlers are crawling through your web page. Okay, they take the heading 1, the h1 tags, as the most important. Okay, so this should be used in displaying the pretty much the highest level priority content or stuff or heading inside of your web page, and then followed by h2, h3, h4, and then h5, and then h6. Okay, so moving on, we also have, if we want to display our paragraph, so we can use our p tag. Okay, so we have our p tag, which stands for paragraphs. Okay, now if I should come here, I can type this. Oh, sorry, we can type here, this is a paragraph, this is a paragraph, and saving that, let's come right here. We can see, okay, this is a paragraph, and we can add as much or as many as we want. So we can say this is another paragraph. Okay, so let's save that and let's come back here, and we can see it right here, this is another paragraph. Okay, so this works nice. We can use this p tag to add our paragraphs. Now there's actually another tag which we can use to add text, to add content, but this is not a paragraph tag. This is called a span, and I'm going to show you the major difference between using the span and using the paragraph. Okay, so now if we should type this is a text, and then we save this right here. Okay, we can see it right here. All right, we have this here. This is a text. Now, what if we do something here and I duplicate this and say this is another text, and let's say I save this right here, and whenever we come here we can see that this does not start on another line, so we'll still dive into that later on. But then essentially paragraph is used to start when you want to add a content, okay, or text which is going to start on its own and going to be on its own separate line. But this span is more of like an inline text. Okay, so basically I can come right here and I can even add, okay, a span inside of a paragraph. Okay, so let's save that and let's see what we have. And we can see it right here and it stays in line. But if we should try that with a paragraph, so I'm going to paste this here and I'm going to change this to a p tag and also here a p tag. Let's save that and let's see what we've got. Okay, we can see that this particular item, this particular text, okay, it starts on another line right here. The browser automatically interprets it such that, okay, this takes up its own space as a paragraph standing on its own, and this. All right, so moving on, we can see this basically takes on the paragraph tag, takes up its own space, okay, starts on a new line, while this is more of like inline text. Now, if you've ever used any word processing document such as Microsoft Word, WPS Office, or any other related ones, you know, whenever you are formatting your text, whenever you are formatting your document, you could add things such as bullets and numbering. In HTML, we also have an HTML equivalent of that, and we call this ordered list and unordered list. So right here, I'm going to add an H1, okay, so to show that ordered list, and then I'm going to duplicate this, okay, to show that this is going to be an unordered list. Okay, so for this ordered list, when we want to add an ordered list, okay, so let's say I'm going to list some of the ingredients in cooking, maybe a particular a delicacy like, okay, fried rice, for example. So I could come here and I could say OL, okay, this is for ordered list, and this is how we actually write the tag. And then inside of this right here, we are telling HTML that, okay, this particular part is going to contain an ordered list, and then the list items itself, so we're going to use the li tag, okay, so the li opening and the closing tag, and inside of this I can write, let's say, meat, okay, and then let me just duplicate that, and right here we can have chicken, right here we can have vegetable, Hoi. Okay, right here we can have, let's say, spices. Okay, let's just stop here. And if I should save this right here, okay, so I'm going to save this and let's preview inside of our web browser. And if we should come right here, we can see right here, okay, the ordered list, and we can see, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. It automatically adds the numbering. So let's inspect that. Let's check. Okay, so we can see it right here. It automatically adds the numbering. And what if we say, okay, let's come to unordered list. Okay, and I'm going to tell you the major differences between both, but you'll be able to figure that out pretty fast. Okay, so for another list, instead of having OL, we're going to have UL right here. And let's say I'm going to list some of, okay, my favorite animes. So right here, I'm going to also use the li tag, and I'm going to say something such as, okay, One Piece. And next, I'm going to come here and, okay, let's put Naruto. And then we're going to come here, okay, let's say we have Bleach. Okay, so let's say we have One Punch Man. Okay, this is looking nice, and let's just save this and let's come back right here, and we're going to see that these unordered lists are basically like bullets. They are not ordered. So ordered lists are going to have things such as 1, 2, 3, 4, or Roman numeral 1, 2, 3, 4, or ABCD, while the unordered lists are actually going to have, okay, just bullets, okay, or disk, to show that, okay, this is a list, but they don't have to be in a specific order. Now, another thing I could do is right here, okay, for the ordered list. Let's start with the ordered list. I could change the type. Okay, the type could be equal to 1. By default, it's going to be in 1. I can change it to this. And if I should save this and I should come back right here, we can see it changed to A, B, C, D in uppercase. And I can decide to come here and change it to, okay, this, and let's save and let's come right here. We can see it's changed right here. Okay, what if we don't want that, but we want maybe the Roman numeral? Okay, we can use this also and then save, and okay, we can see it works. And we can also use the lowercase, and let's come right here and okay, save, and this works. Okay, now for the unordered list, we are actually going to do that a bit differently, and it employs the use of okay CSS. But for this, we can just use inline CSS to demo. So I can do something like style equals to okay list style type, and this it can be a number of things such as okay disk. So once we select this, once we save this, and this should come. Okay, disk is the default. Okay, we can change this to circle. Okay, so let's save that and let's see what we've got. Okay, so we can see it right here. We can change this to square, and we can see it right here. So this basically works. Now, in the next lesson, we're going to be looking at some more HTML attributes, especially to help us format our content nicely. I will see you there.